I'm hoping I've got it right now. I'm so happy to be back doing a live stream. It's amazing. I really do miss doing these as a live stream. So, good morning to everyone that may be out there watching live, even for those who are going to be on the replay, because I am so much more aware now of the imposition of going out to work now that I've got 3 days a week that I'm in a job. Oh, it's amazing the changes that life can take in what feels almost like an instant. We all know that from time to time it does happen. And this year it's certainly been more of that for everyone than at any other point in time, I'm sure, because there has been so much happen in this 2020 that we're living right now. Just as a reminder, let your friends know that we are live, and that we are live on the mytimetv.live network, page. It's the one where the link is above, so that you can actually be there and I can show the comments like this. Now, here we've got Sharon, I'm not sure which Sharon, saying hello. I'm assuming it might be Shaz, my friend, and she could be on her iPad or something. That can't change that, who you're responding as. And hi, Kathy. So good morning. And of course, I am on the Boundy page and the Hypnosis Plus. I've got it cross-posted and the live video hub. I can see that, Marie, you're on my Boundy page. Good morning to you as well. So it has been one of those wow weeks. Again, this week was the first time where I had the 3 consecutive rows of the work that I'm being involved in now. And I didn't realise how tiring it was. And as I was waiting for the timeline of this to start, I'm out looking through my window and just contemplating, because the birds are out there, and just wondering, what shall I do with the garden? And I nearly missed my own start time. So quite funny. What we're going to do is get into the reading, though, because with this card spread, it's interesting. And just a little story around what you can see in the corner of the spread that's this morning. I might end up taking a little bit more of your time because I'm just so pleased to be here in the live stream. I'll swap that round, and there we have it. It's one of those things that, in the process of actually moving, there's some things that you can sometimes, I'd say, misplace. I've just realised I had that too low. That takes a while to find. And this little beauty, see this? My gorgeous little dragonfly. Oh, you can't quite see the full dragonfly stand, but that crystal ball is on a dragonfly stand. The stand I've had, but I put the crystal ball and a few pieces of jewellery in a safe place while I moved. And then once I had moved, I couldn't find them. I didn't know where I'd put that safe place. I found it yesterday. I actually had them in the glove box of the car. So not the glove box, the middle console thing. And it's a place I don't go to often, but I needed to charge my phone, and where the charger spot is, that's where I'd put them, in a safe little purse, so that I, all padded up so it didn't break in the transport. Really, really, really weird. So I'm just going to move that just slightly back so that we can see the cards in full. Now, if you're on my actual profile page, you'd have seen the photo of this layout, the spread, and I'm using the Gilded Reverie, the Lenormand deck, Sarah Marchetti's artwork. I just love it. Had a wonderful reading last night with a friend that was, it was just lovely. They're a great deck. Doing the 5-card spread as per usual, and this is the workspace where the flowers are. We've got the fox in the home energy. Up the top, just out of view, I will just do that because it might be a bit imbalanced. We've got the dog in the unexpected, and down the bottom we've got the ship that is in your role, and what you can see in the centre as the outcome is the coffin. So just to do that bit of a spread for this morning, a bit of a read this morning with the flowers in that workspace, it really is, it feels like the congratulations, job well done. And for me this morning, as I was able to sort of sleep in a little bit and not think about, oh, I've got to get in the car and drive to work. I'm working from home today. It really was it really feels like I've had a wonderful week with the challenges of the first real week myself in the new workspace and starting to integrate the changes and the challenges, I think, and feeling by the end of last night, when I got home, I've done a pretty good job really for what, it's only been the 2 weeks, for the learning curve that it is and the absolute change of lifestyle, really. And it is a bit like, give yourself the bouquet of roses or the flowers or whatever you need to treat yourself and congratulate yourself. That's what the type of day it is. It really is a recognition and job well done. So in that work arena, that's what you're able to do for yourself or for somebody else. It could be someone else that you're recognizing in your work realm too. Fox in the home. Well, has she gotten into the chicken coop? I don't know why I keep thinking of Fox as a female, because of course there has to be male foxes too. In whichever way, I don't know which one hunts the most or anything, but to me it just feels like, because I'm female, it's the more female persona that I recognise in the fox, and it is that vixen, it is that mother fox looking after its, are they pups or cubs? Anyway, it's just feeling to me that in the home space it is that nurturing, and she's wanting to nurture, wanting to support, feed, all the rest, and even the masculine energy part of it too. It really is looking after hearth and home, and there's a way around everything to be able to do that, and it doesn't have to be in destructive ways and raiding something else, as far as someone else's home, which the chicken coop is. That's the home of the chooks, obviously. So it's feeling like it needs to be a bit more care and thought in finding alternative ways. And I suppose with some of those restrictions being reshaped as well, that what we're going to see is more of that alternative thinking and looking outside the square, the box, actually discovering new ways of what is for our home space, what we need to actually be modifying and doing. So, and up here, now that we can move on to the unexpected, what we've got is the beautiful dogs. And I think today my dogs, the unexpected is going to be, we'll probably get out for a walk, because I'm at home today to do that. And they'll be looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. And at whatever time that presents that I can do that is when that will be. So be open to those moments of, the unexpected, surprise of having that beautiful, loving face being in your face, I suppose, so that there's that the sad doughy eyes wanting to go for a walk, or the that the communication that's not always a verbal, that we're seeing in others around us, that might be saying, hey, can we just have a chat, or that type of thing. So keep that in mind for today, that there might be those beautiful, loving presentations coming towards you, that you need to be open to, dropping something and actually sitting and listening to a chat, or, ready to go and do something with them, be of assistance. And here we have in our role, we've got the ship. I love the ship. And when I did the photo this morning and put the text for the date, I tried to match the colour of these clouds, because it's a beautiful colour, and it really does give that visage. What's the word? Anyway, that the feeling of moving into wide open spaces, being able to fly free anywhere, because it is a flying ship. It's not what we usually see, but what we're needing to do is actually start to prepare. It's what I'm getting is preparing for something that is going to be an overnight stay, or a trip, a holiday. It could be that what we're going to do is start preparing and planning for that type of a holiday, a biggie, once we have the relatively free movement again in a global way. It's not just our local scene, but it does feel that we're in that process now of yes, we have got that, I wouldn't say fear, but there is that is a second wave of what the coronavirus has presented to us as a global. Hi, Wendy, how are you? You can see you're on my Ros Boundy page. With that feeling of, it is more than just the local, it is that bigger picture, and we can sail anywhere in and amongst it. Start planning for that time where we can then move into that freedom of movement and holidaying again, it could even be a business trip, but I'm feeling it's more like a holiday. It's freeing up of the spirit. So plan for that. Actually have something in place that you can do that at, no, I wouldn't say the drop of a hat, but, being able to know that that's what's in front and ahead for us, okay? As our outcome, my eye did again go to this breath of spirit. That's what I just see that as. It really is letting old things pass on. Things that aren't any more use to us in our current stasis. If we're in stasis, it's moving on what is the stale air. It's moving on what is, it really does feel like that stale air. And I suppose I'm feeling that, as I see people walking around with masks, I think all well and good. It's, that's the process of what we're doing for these current times, is wearing masks and things like that. But I haven't needed to. I'm in South Australia. This is not restricted like that. I don't go out much except now to this workspace, but even that is not going to be restrictive because it's only 2 in an office. It's that feeling of, that the start, it is that stale air feeling. How is it to breathe in those? I don't know. How is it to actually have that air in just that little encapsulated face mask being breathed in? That's what that feels like, and it feels like needing to get rid of that. So every moment to be able to set that flow of energy free and expel it, but of course making sure it's where it needs to be appropriately sent to, not just out in amongst the peoples and the crowds and everything. It really is having that direction of sending it. In this visual, we've got it, that is being sent to the afterlife. So that is the soul moving on to its next lifetime, or the afterlife in preparation, ready for the next lifetime. And all the other organs, the organs in the caskets and the things, the possessions that are felt to be needed in that next lifetime are scattered around or laid around. They look scattered to me, but laid around to the, to be used for that next lifetime. Do we really need to prepare these things for the next lifetime, or just let them go, let them move on with that body, and take each fresh breath of air as if it's a new life for us? That's what I'm feeling with this being the outcome of the card. So it really is feeling like we have moved into that mode now of being able to let that breath out and move into that next part of what is our life. We certainly are being bombarded with all that is global because of the way that our technologies allows communication to be so instant, so visual, so in our face. But really what we're probably needing to do is come back to more of what our involvement is, what is our responsibility around living our lives to the best that we can. Because our thoughts really do create what is around us, and the way our perceptions and perspective and understandings helps create those thoughts. So it's that type of a rolling energy that is within us. That's what we need to be taking care of, is that inner realm and world that we are, that we can be that best and well balanced and in alignment person, because that's how we're slotting in with the next and the next and the next. That's how I see it anyway. So with the guidance of these cards, remember to take for you what is the messages you're receiving and use those messages as your basis. Trust in what your spiritual guidance is giving you and move with that, grow with that, change with that, and do what you need to do. Finally, lovely to hear you. Did you have some trouble there? Chaz, hear you. Yes. I only just noticed the comments because I was so much into doing the reading. Whoops. So just moving forward really in the best way that you can and shine your light out into the world as that part of where you sit in our beautiful jigsaw of life, that web of life, that interaction and the completeness of who we are within it, because we are the one within the whole. So on that note, I'm going to leave your day with you to move forward in whatever way that you feel guided, whatever way you feel connected with the universe, with spirit, with God, and all that is around you. The people, those who are around you are part of your life. Live it well. Live it to the best that you can. So I'm going to leave it there, and we'll see you tomorrow as a live stream again. Yay. And namaste.